Hello everyone, welcome to another video of programming in C. So in this video we are going to cover the topic named as string. So what are the topics which we are going to cover in this particular video? They are: first we will see what is string, then we will see how to declare string, then we will see how to initialize the string, then accessing the string elements, then different concepts which are included in string or which are related to string. Then at last we will see an example of string. So first thing is, what is a string? So in general point of view, in normal layman view, string is nothing. It's a character array with a null value, a null character at the end of the array is known as a string. So this is the definition of string. You can see this is the definition of string. So in normal layman view, if you will tell, as we already know about array, so string is a character array with a null character at the end of the array. Then only it is known as it will be called as a string. Fine. So it is not a big thing that string is, what is string, what is nothing. It's very easy that it's a character array. It's a character array with a null character at the end of the string. Then it's a fine. So here you can see the example, the array containing the character CLOUD, the cloud at the end is 0 with a backslash. Is a null character, and null character is at the end of this particular array. So this particular array is a string. Fine. So to access this string or to declare this string, what we do, we actually declare a character array. So let us see how to declare a string. So here you can see there are two ways to declare an array. Declare the string in C programming with the help of character array or through the pointer. As we already covered the pointer as well as array, it should be understandable to you that why pointer. Fine. So as I told, string is nothing, is a character array. That is why if you want to declare a string with a character with an array, we have to declare a character array. As I mentioned here, char character, name is the array name, and 6 is the number of elements inside the array. Similarly, character star name is a pointer which will point the first value or first address of the character array. Fine. So like this we can declare a string. Then let us see how to initialize the string. As we initialize our array, normal array, whatever may be, it can be integer array, it can be float array, it can be double array, it can be a character array. The initialization of array as well as string is equal, nothing else. The only difference is that if it is a array, we do not need a null character at the end of the array. If it's a string, you should give a null character at the end of the array. If you give a null character at the end of the array, then that particular character array will be treated as string. If you will not give it, it will be treated as normal character array. Fine. So why there are two things like character array and string? Fine. So it's a concept. String is a concept in C, or not only in C, in every high level language. String is a concept where we take the whole word as a string and do the things or do the solutions, whatever maybe we want to do as a whole. Like if we will treat that as a character array, we have to act, or we can do work on it on every individual element basis. We can do work with every element. Similarly, if it's a string, we have to do work as a whole, as a whole. So see the example here. We have a variable or a character or an array in which we have hello, hello. At the end of the hello we have the null character. Fine. As we have the null character at the as we have the null character at the end of this particular character array is considered as a string. So whenever whenever you want to do something on this particular character array, you have to do, or you have to manipulate, or you have to do something, you have to add something, or you will use this particular thing in somewhere else, whatever may be. We have to take hello as a whole. Hello as a whole. That means whenever if we are writing char name of 6 is equal to this with a null character at the end of this. So whatever may be the characters inside the array will be taken as a word, in a C. Similarly, in this example, hello will be taken as a word. That means the value of name will be hello, not HOLLO, HELLO, not individual all characters. It will be treated as a whole hello. Fine. If the null character was not there at the end of the character array, then HELLO can be taken as individual elements or independent elements. Fine. As we have the null character at the end, the compiler will take as a whole a word, and that particular word will be considered as the value of that variable. Fine. So string is a concept. It's a very good concept that it's a character array but treated as a variable. It's a character array but treated as a variable. Fine. Similarly, using the normal, if you want to if you don't want to specify any size of the array, just write char name, give 2 square brackets equal to, within double quotes write your whole word. Fine. So automatically at the end of the array the compiler will put a null character if you give the whole thing within the double quote. Fine. So next is the accessing the elements. Similarly, as we access the elements of array, we can also access the elements of string using index value. Fine. So this is a very important thing, different concepts of string. Fine. So string is a concept. To work with string in C, we have multiple number of library functions. To do work with the string. So why we have so much number of library files or library functions to do work on string? Because as I told, if it will be a character array, every element was independent. As it's not a character array and it's contain a null character at the end of the array, it is treated as a string. Every individual elements are not independent. They are get together will form a variable value. Fine. So working on the string, if you will not use some this library functions, working on string will be little bit difficult, because it's not a integer array, it's a character array. Fine. And working on character is little bit difficult than working on integers or floats. Fine. So these are the some examples of library functions which we have in C. First one is CTR, CPY, S1, S2. Here S1, S2 are two strings. CTR CPY will copy string S2 into S1. Fine. Since CTR CAT will combine S2 and S1. STR LEN will tell you the length of the string. Then STR CMP will compare two string. Fine. So these are this very commonly used string functions, library functions. So the thing is that whenever you will do strcat s1 s2, it concatenate string s2 onto the end of string s1. That is where string s1 will be ended. From that position onwards, string s2 will be added. So in these cases, the string 1 should have the empty values or empty spaces to contain the string 2. This is a very important thing. You have to remember that S1 should have much number of free spaces to contain the S2. It will be applicable for STR CPY also. Fine. So let us see a small example. We will find the length of the string, but without using the library function strlen. Fine. So let us now go to the compiler and see how to write the program for strings. Compile it and we'll see how the output will produce to us. Fine. So here we are in our compiler. As I already told you that this compiler name is devc++, and you will find the download link in the description area. So here this is the small program to find the length of the given string by the user without using the library function strlen. Fine. So here you can see we have the array, string character array named as text, and size is 7. That means it can contain 7 characters, and we have two integer values. One is count to count the length, and one is I for loop. As I already told you, for loop, if you are using for loop, it is better to take a independent integer value, integer variable for loop. Fine. So here you can see that I have given a message to the user to enter any string. After that, I have written a function get s. If you remember the input and output functions video, I will give the link in the description area as well as in the I section. That there I told you scanf is a input function. Along with scanf, we have different input functions like getS, getCh also. GetS is an input function only for getting input or getting the value from the user to get and to give the two variable only for strings. So if we are using getS, we do not need to use any for loop or any scanf function to write the input thing. Just if there is a character array, you can directly write getS within bracket the character array name. It will automatically take the value from the user and it will give to the character array. Fine. After that, there is a for loop. I have taken the for loop from 0 to until unless the value is not null value, it will the for loop will be continue and the counter will be incremented. Like this, we can find the length of the string given by the user. So now let us compile it and run it. First, we will give a small string to the array, and we'll see whether it is giving the correct result or not. Then we will give a bigger one. Fine. So let us first compile it. So here it is the compilation shortcut. Compilation is done, close it, then it's a run window or output window. So as I mentioned in this or as I written in this particular program, it will ask the user to enter any string. So here you can see it is asking to enter any string. So let us first give a small string ABC. So as the user, we know that ABC is a string, or let us give a name, or something cat, cat is a string, and the length of string is 3 characters. So let us see whether this program is giving us 3 or not. So the how to input this string, just write cat and give a enter. Fine. So let us write here cat and enter. So see, here you can see length of the character which you have given, it will also displayed is equal to 3. Yes, it is correct. So press any key to go back, again run it. Now let us give the name, any name, and see whether it is giving the answer or not. Okay, press enter. Yes, it's a 6 character name. It's a 6 character name. Fine. Press any key to go back. So in this particular program, we are counting the length of the string without using the library function strlen. So if you want to use the library function strlen, instead of writing this for loop, just take another integer variable, suppose x. You can write x is equal to strlen within bracket the character name. It will give you the output. So how the output will come? After that, you have to print the value of x. You have to print the value of x, then only you can find the length of that particular string. Fine. So in this video, this much concept is for string. It's a very good concept and very easy concept also. Not so clumsy, not so vast, not so complex also. So string is nothing but, as I told, it's a character array. But the condition is that there should be a null value at the end of the array. Then only it will be considered as a string. Otherwise, it will be considered as a character array, or every individual elements will be considered as a independent elements. If we have the null character at the end, the character or the character array will be considered as a string. That means all the elements will be combined and form a word. Fine. A word, it's not a word actually. We are in English, we are telling it's a word, but in computer it's a literal. Fine. So it forms a literal. It's a combination of elements, or combination of that means what, combination of characters is around the literal. Fine. So till the next video, do like and share my video, subscribe my channel. If you have any query, just comment me, and you will find all the video descriptions, all the video links in my description area. So till the next video, thank you.